Good morning. Today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about intuition and why intuition is important to me. To understand intuition, well, when I think of intuition, I think a lot about guidance systems. And a guidance system is, how does a person find their true north? How does a person know how to make a choice? From the very time that we're born, we're already being taught, eat this, don't eat that, don't scream, put your toys away, be quiet. That's a big one. Be quiet. That one still operates inside me. And of course, there's nothing wrong with an adult teaching a kid how to fit into the ecosystem or fit into to make it easier to manage inside of other people's realities. So very quickly, we learn how to blend with our parents' intentions, our parents' emotions, our parents' desires. And in that blending, we learn how to cooperate with them, and sometimes it can be quite harmonious. But as time goes on, we also start to use that blending, that ability to blend with other people, with a girlfriend or a boyfriend we might have in school, or with our teachers, or with our friends. I think a lot of times those teenage angsty experiences is when a teenager learns to really want to blend with their peers, and that desire becomes more powerful than the desire to blend with parents. So as time goes on, that just keeps increasing. We might have a partner, we might have a boss, we might have our own kids, and it's all well and good that we blend with other people's realities, but often those realities outside of ourselves don't mix together. Our parents may have a completely different desire for us than our partner or our boss. That happens all the time. The boss wants you to stay late at work, and the partner wants you to come home and be with them. So with all this blending, over time, if you are operating your choices based on pleasing others or based on blending with people outside of you, then you start to have these great internal conflicts that happen inside you. So this is where intuition comes from. In all of these choices that we have to make, how are you able to find your own inner compass? It's like, what is that GPS system inside you that allows you to navigate these very complex matrices that you find yourself in? So, in my dream, well, I'm really happy that as a baby, when I came into this world, I'm very quickly being acculturated and trained to blend with my family. But I'm very happy that built into this system, into my very body, was a GPS system, was a guidance system. There is a feedback mechanism that is more powerful than any external reality that you will ever have, and that's the body. And so I wanted to tell you a little bit about some ways that you might be able to tune into your body's intelligence, and perhaps through that tuning into your body's intelligence, be able to really understand holistically what information is available inside your intuition. Intuition comes so many different forms. Some people just get a knowing. They just know. Some people get images. I get sensations through my whole body, especially my heart, my stomach, and my throat. I have a friend who, every time she gets a little tickle in the back of her neck, that's something that tells her something. So it's really important to start to build a relationship with this information, to collect data, to get to know this interface that you have available to you. And what I'm going to do is take you through an exercise that will help you understand one version of that interface. And I hope it's worked so well for me, and I hope that it works well for you too. What's cool about intuition, what I think is happening, is that intuition is where there's a larger part of yourself. We have this 3D body. Well, it's 4D because we're a physical body in 3 dimensions moving through time. So it's 4D body, and our brain our ego mind, some call it the lower mind, the mind based in physical reality, um, just does not have a very good perspective on things. It it can basically see what has happened in your past and use that to probably predict the future. It's looking for patterns outside of you and mapping them into a future reality. But if anybody's ever experienced synchronicity, you might know sometimes that past expected reality isn't exactly what happens in the future. We are, in my dream, a multidimensional being, and there are many, many layers of ourselves outside of this 4D body. Those extra layers, it's a little bit like being 1,000 feet up. Those higher dimensional aspects of ourselves can perceive things on the horizon, can see what's around the corner, can help us make those long-reaching decisions that we may not be able to see from the perspective that we're at in this moment. So it's a little bit like a super powerful multi-dimensional GPS system. And sometimes it makes no sense. But often it takes into account all those things that we can't track, like other people's schedules, logistics, the bus is going to be broken down, um, we're just not going to feel like it that day. And so as you develop this GPS system, you'll find that many, many things become way more efficient in your life. In the next section, I'm going to talk a little bit about how to get that inner body knowing of your intuition.